Hi everyone. If you've ever wondered how to actually convert text, or let's say somebody has sent you some sort of data through a mail, and you copy paste that data into your Excel spreadsheet, and you try to run some sort of analysis, or you try to run formulas, but it doesn't work because it's basically text and you cannot sum text. So in this example, this is a video that I'm trying to post and show you how you can convert text to numbers. Now there are different methods out there, and I'll try to share a few. And the last method that I will be doing, which will be successful in this case, is through VBA. Right, so if you see, I highlight these numbers. They look like numbers, but down below you can see that it's just saying that it's a count. Now if I try to write here equals, and I point to the cell reference and press enter, if you can see that there are leading spaces in this, right, and it says 599, but in fact what is happening here is that there are a lot of spaces between the number. So if I try to convert this using a value function, value, and I use this number, I'm trying to convert it. This is one method. It still gives me a value error, right? There is another method that you can use. If I try to highlight all the numbers and I go to the data tab, and in the data tab we should have text to columns, and all you need to do is just keep on clicking next until you finish. So in some instances it should convert the text to numbers, but in this case it still shows as a count, right? So in this case it's unsuccessful. Now the third method is you can write 1 here, and you can copy this, and if you go to your cells where you want to convert to numbers, you can use paste special. So if I go to home, let me click on home, well, I guess my Excel is frozen at the moment. Hold on a sec. So let's go to home, and okay, so it's not copied it. The first thing is we copy this into memory, we come to the column and we want to paste, and we click on the paste special box, and we want to multiply it by number 1, and you say OK. So now let's see if it has converted it. We highlight some numbers and it still says count, right? So in this case we have been unsuccessful as well. So now my last and most preferred method is using VBA. So no need to fret, no need to be scared, because it's a very simple code that I can just show you. So what we need to do first is to go to the developer tab. If you don't have the developer tab, you can go to the file, you can click on options down below here, and you can go to customize ribbon, and once you're there on the customize ribbon, you should have the developer tab checked in. If it's not checked in, you can just click on the check mark. So that enables your developer tab. We go to the developer tab, and now we want to click on Visual Basic. Okay, so this brings up in the VB editor. Now what we can do is we can just insert a module here. So you click on insert, click on module, and what you can do is you can just copy paste the same code that I'm writing over here. So I say sub, which is we want to start a module, and you can give the name change to numbers. Okay, press enter. So it puts the end sub as well. Now you want to declare a variable, so we say dim rng, basically You can give any name. I've just written RNG as my variable, and you need to specify it as a data type. So I will say dim RNG as range, as the range data type, and I will run a for loop here. So I say for each RNG in selection, and I press enter and I say next, and within the for next loop I'm going to say range dot value, because we want to take the value of the cell, is equal to CINT. So CINT basically converts a text into numbers. So the C is for convert, and convert to integer. So we'll say convert the range and the value which is in that range. Okay, and we want to run a loop. So as simple as that. For each range in selection, range.value is equal to CINT range.value, and then next. Now let's see the magic happen. So if I select all my numbers here and I click F8 on my keyboard. Now let me just scroll up so you can see all the values convert to numbers one by one. So now you see when I click on F8, it initiates the macro. So for each range, so keep your eyes on the 599. You will see it converting it. You can see the action happening, right? So you can see that it's being converted one by one. So if I click on run, it should convert all of them. And if I want to convert all the numbers, I will just highlight all the numbers here like this. Let me just scroll up and run it. Just keep your eyes on the numbers and see how they get converted. Bingo. Now you can do any sort of analysis. You can see that you're getting a sum here. You can use this formula, sum formula, and it will show you the sum, showing you that all the numbers have now been converted, right? And that's simple macro. So let's go back to our macro, and you can see it shows as module 1. So just double click this, close the VB editor, and what I want to do now is I might have the similar case in the near future. So I want to save this as a macro button. So what I can do is I can go to my home tab, sorry, the file tab. Let's go to options. Let's click on customize ribbon here, and we want to add a new tab here. So we will add a new tab, and we want to rename it. So we want to name the tab as macros. So I will rename it here and say macros and say OK. And we will name the macro here as change to number. Change to number. If you want, you can give any icon here. So I can just click on this hand icon and say OK. And say OK one more time. And now if you go to the tabs, you will see that you have a macros tab here. Okay, what I missed out is that I haven't selected my macro. So let me go back to file, let me go back to options, let me go to customize ribbon, the quick access toolbar, and I need to look for macros, and I can look for my macro here, change to numbers, add it here to the quick access toolbar. That's one way. The second one is, let's go to customize ribbon, look for our tab which was macros. Here it is, and we want to add all our macros. So I will click on macros, change to numbers, add it here. So you can see it's been added to our macros group, and say OK. Now remember that we have a macros tab. We have added the change to numbers macro over here, and we also have a macro here which is in the quick access toolbar, right? So I hope you enjoyed this and hope this becomes useful for you in the future. Thanks for watching.